Hey everybody, Chris, Night of Living Card Games. Today is New Hero Release Day. So, it is, as the time of recording, it is Friday, June 20th, and that means Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out. Popped over to my LGS this afternoon, picked them up, and decided, let's get a game in with these guys' precons, and let's see how they feel. Was definitely looking forward to the heroes. I was a little bit more excited for Winter Soldier than Falcon, although I think Falcon's going to end up being more powerful. But I figured let's get Winter Soldier out on the table first. So I got him set up. Again, we're just using the pre-con aggression deck that came with him. And just for thematic purposes, we're going up against Zola Standard. And I am using the Hydra Assault encounter set in here, so there should be plenty of minions to go around. All right, so Bucky Barnes here. Let's take a look at him. Alter Ego side. He has a hand size of 6, hit points of 11, recovery of 3. He has the shield and the soldier trait, even in Alter Ego. And he has cybernetically enhanced. Action. Spend 1 resource of any type, search your deck and discard pile for cybernetic arm and put it into play, then shuffle your deck. So kind of like Thor, you can use your arm to pay for stuff and then go fetch it back. On his hero side, Winter Soldier has 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, hand size of 5. Still that shield and soldier trait. He has a special ability, Lethal Protector. Response. After you attack and defeat an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. And the flavor text on it is, the Red Room trained me to do terrible things. I use those skills to safeguard others now. Right, so he is a minion killer. I think he's going to go along the lines of like a Thor, or probably a much better version of Valkyrie, where they may not be able to deal with the scheming too much, but get some minions out there and they're going to wreak havoc. And then his ability will help him control some schemes and some threat when he does that. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So we've got Man on the Wall, an arm block, strength, spoiling for a fight, Winter Mask, and Widow Soldier Spy. So this is the team-up card with Black Widow, who is his hero-specific ally, so we'll not need that one. I have to get the Winter Mask out. 1 cost upgrade, item and tech, you gain the Spy trait. Hero response, after you attack and defeat an enemy, exhaust Winter Mask to draw a card. Let's see here. Spoiling for a fight, go get a minion, and then you get to ready your hero. Strength, definitely keeping. Arm block, attack defense. When an enemy attacks, deal 3 damage to it. Not sure on that one. I think I'm going to pitch Spoiling for a fight, and I think I'm going to keep this Man on the Wall, which is a title. 1 cost upgrade. Play only if your identity has a soldier trait. Hero action, exhaust Man on the Wall. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1 for each minion engaged with you. So that's nice. So I've got 1 minion engaged with me just in the setup of Zola, so I could get that out for free. All right, so I think I'm going to hold on to arm block for right now. I'm just going to get 2 more. What do we got here? Oh, we got a Metal Punch and Electrical Discharge. Metal Punch, 3 cost attack event, hero action attack, deals 7 damage to an enemy. If you exhausted cybernetic arm to pay for this event, this attack gains overkill. And then Electrical Discharge, 2 cost attack event, deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this event using a energy resource, stun that enemy. All right, let's do some stuff here, shall we? Okay, we are going to Electrical Discharge to go do my cybernetically enhanced action to go find my cybernetic arm, which was the 3rd from the last card in my deck, and put it into play. So cybernetic upgrade is a cybernetic arm is a 1 cost upgrade with the item and tech trait. Resource, exhaust it to generate a wild resource for an attack event, and that attack event deals 1 additional damage. So resource generator and does extra damage. All right, so we use that to pay for it. We are going to use arm block to get my man on the wall upgrade out. I'm going to use man on the wall to pay for a winter mask. I am going to flip up into hero form. And then we are going to just do a regular attack to clear the tough off this ultimate bioservant. And then we're going to use cybernetic arm for a resource and strength to do metal punch. So deal 7 damage to this enemy. If I exhausted my arm to pay for it, which I did, it gains overkill. And it does 1 additional damage. So this is 8 damage to the ultimate bioservant. So that means 4 goes through here. So that takes Zola down from 12 to 8. And because we defeated an enemy, I would be able to remove 2 threat from a scheme, but there is no scheme. But I do get to exhaust my mass to draw a card. What do I have here? Aggressive Stance, 1 cost upgrade. It is a preparation. Max 1 per player hero spawns after you engage a minion. Discard this card, search your deck for an attack event, and add it to your hand. Ooh. Well, I can't afford to play it, but I'm going to keep this one because Zola's going to keep pumping out minions. So, all right, that's about all I can do here. So we're going to keep Aggressive Stance and draw 4 more. Super Soldiers, Firepower, Shield Sidearm, and Deathlock. Alright, Villain Phase. We are getting 1 on the main. And then we are getting 1 test counter on there. And then Zola comes to attack. I'm just going to take it. He's attacking for 1. Plus a boost. Star. After this activation resolves, place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. So I take 1. And now we do 1 on here. I got the fancy new buy the same token pursued by the past counters. So rocking those out. So now we get a encounter card. It is a Berserker Mutate. All right. So he's got quick strike. So I am just going to take it again. So that takes me down to 8 out of 11. All right. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my Aggressive Stance out first, but we are going to use Super Soldiers, which is the Captain America Winter Soldier team-up card, to pay for my Aggressive Stance. I am going to use Deathlock to pay for a Shield Sidearm. So Shield Sidearm is a 1-cost weapon upgrade. It says attached to a shield character, limit 1 per character. Uses 3 ammo counters. And it says interrupt the when attached character makes a basic attack, exhaust Shield Sidearm, and remove 1 ammo counter. So and deal 1 damage to the enemy. So it's a great way to ping off tough on things early on. And then let us let's see here. Sure. We are going to... Oh, no, that doesn't give me overkill, though. The sidearm does not give me ranged either. So... yeah, let's go for it. We're going to use Cyberkinetic Arm, or Cybernetic Arm to pay for Firepower. So Firepower is exhaust up to 3 weapon upgrades you control. So I'll exhaust 1. For each upgrade exhausted this way, choose an enemy and deal 3 damage to it. This attack gains ranged. Oh. Well, hang on a second. So that one gives me range. But yeah, I would love to do the range and the retaliate, but I can't. These aren't weapons, so I wouldn't be able to take the Berserker Mutate out. So yeah, let's just let's do that to just deal 3 damage. Oh, I'm doing this. Technically it does 4, but it doesn't. All right, so this triggers, so I get to take 2 threat off the main. This triggers, so I get to draw a card. 1 by 1. Oh, man. Well, I guess I wouldn't have been able to draw that card first. Like, that would have been perfect if I would have had them in a different order, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Let's attack Zola for 2. And then I take 1 retaliate damage. Do I want to flip down here? You know what? Yeah. Let's try to flip down here. And then we'll ready everything up. I'm going to keep 1 by 1 up because I think one of the reasons they put this in, I think there's a reprinted card, is with Cybernetic Arm, it actually does 3 damage. And then, so it's 1 a cost, attack event, deal 2 damage to an enemy. If it defeats an enemy, deal 2 damage to an enemy. So effectively, if I pay for it with my arm, it'll do 3 damage. And if I defeat an enemy, which most minions are probably going to be, 3 hit points if I'm lucky, then I get to do 2 damage to someplace else. All right, so I'm going to hold on to this, and then we're going to draw 5 more. A shield sidearm, spoiling for a fight, winter rifle, firepower, and a metal punch. Well, that's good stuff there. Okay, so we're getting 1 threat on the main. We get a second test counter. Zola is scheming for 2 plus a boost to 3. So that takes us up to 4 out of 6. And our encounter card is Nowhere is Safe. Place 1 pursuit counter by pursuit by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, discard an upgrade or support you control. Okay. Upgrade or support. All right, so I already got another shield sidearm, so that's fine. And I could use Man on the Wall to pay for it. I really want to get that that winter rifle down. That's just too good to pass up. So, sure, we're going to get rid of my shield sidearm. I think I'm going to prep myself here. I am going to heal myself for 3. I'm going to flip myself up. I will Man on the Wall to get the shield sidearm back out. I'm going to actually move this here because I'm going to spend 3 to get the Winter Rifle out. Winter Rifle is a 3-cost weapon upgrade with the restricted trait. Hero Interrupt. When Winter Soldier makes a basic attack, exhaust Winter Rifle. The Winter Soldier gets +2 attack for this attack, and it gains piercing and ranged. So here we go. So much for your retaliate now, huh, Zola? All right, so we are going to exhaust our cybernetic arm to pay for firepower. Hero action, attack. Exhaust up to 3 weapon upgrades you control. I will exhaust 2. For each upgrade exhausted this way, choose an enemy. I choose you, Zola, for both of them. Deal 3 damage to it, and it gains range, so I don't have to worry about retaliate. That does 7, I think, because it deals 1 additional damage. Oh, I'm going to have to look back on like the melee Miss Marvel embiggen rules and everything. Does that do 4 on each one? It doesn't matter. He only had 6 hit points anyway. All right. So I did defeat an enemy with this. So before I flip him to his next side, I'm going to take 2 thread off. And then I am going to Winter Mask to draw a card, which is my Black Widow ally. 3 cost, 2 thwart to attack, 3 hit points with shield and spy traits. And response, after you play Black Widow from your hand, return an attack event from your discard pile to your hand. Alright, so Zola, Phase 2. When revealed, search the deck and discard pile for the test subject side scheme and reveal it. 2/2 and 14 hit points. Let's go find our test subjects, shall we? Test subjects. Test subjects is a side scheme 2 threat with the crisis icon. No, that's the hazard icon. I always forget which. The extra encounter card icon. When defeated, first player discards cards until they get a minion and reveal that minion. Okay. This could be an interesting round because I could get a lot of minions. Alright, that is my turn. I will hold on to... Oh, I gotta remember with Winter Soldier, it is not... His remove 2 threat is not a once per phase ability. It is just any time you defeat an enemy. Good to remember. Okay, so I'm going to keep Black Widow, just see if I can get her out, since she's one of the new ones. Get 4 more, 1 by 1. Nick Fury Sr., Electrical Discharge, and Genius. Right, we get 1 thread out in the main, going up to 3. We get our 3rd test counter. And when there are 3 or more here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, so not reveal, into play, engaged with the first player, and then remove 3 test counters. I've already removed the test counters. Let's go digging for a minion. Here we go, Hydra Flame Soldier. Ooh. After he makes an undefended attack against you, discard a support you control. I don't have any support, so whatever. That's convenient. Okay, so that was adding threat on the main. So now Zola comes to attack. I'm just going to take it. He is attacking for a base of 2. Star. If it's an undefending attack, discard a support you control. Well, again, we've gone through this. I do not control a support. So I take 2. He attacks me for 1. I'm just going to take it. And again, no supports to discard. And now we get 2 encounter cards. First encounter card is Red Room Programming. Okay, so this is my obligation. Give to the Bucky Barnes player. You may flip to Alter Ego. Choose. Exhaust Bucky Barnes, remove this card from the game. Or discard the highest printed cost card from your hand and take indirect damage equal to its cost. Discard this obligation. Well, I think I'm going to flip and exhaust. So that's the old school obligation where it's just flip and exhaust. Remove it from the game. So no biggie. All right. So now we get, and we get an ultimate biosyn. Oh, that's right. After, well, I'll do it. Well, no, I would have done it when he engaged me. So I'm going to say that I did that. Search your deck for an attack event and add it to your hand. So not my Not my discard. Attack event. So I got a 1/1. I do have a metal punch. I think, actually... So I'm either going to do Metal Punch or I'm going to do Arm Block. So Metal Punch just does 7 outright with Overkill if I use my arm to pay for it. Yeah, I think because I'm exhausted to get rid of that obligation, I may need to do... Yeah, let's do the Metal Punch instead of the Arm Block. Oh, and the Ultimate Bioservant comes in with Tough. All right. All right, we're going to flip ourselves up. Let's see. I could Electrical Discharge the Hydra Flame Soldier. The problem is, if I want to do my Metal Punch, I don't have a way to get through the toughness on that because I'm exhausted. The other option, I could throw Nick Fury Sr. into play. Draw a couple cards. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Let's do that. So we're going to use Black Widow, Electrical Discharge, and Genius to pay for Nick Fury Sr. So he is... the David Hasselhoff Nick Fury. 4 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, shield soldier, force response after Nick Fury Sr. enters play. Choose 1, remove 3 threat from a scheme, draw 2 cards, or give a shield character a tough status card. At the end of the round, if he is still in play, discard him. So he's baby Nick Fury. All right, I'm going to choose to draw 2 cards. And I draw my safe house and a shield sidearm. All right, so what Nick Fury is going to do, Nick Fury is going to punch the toughness off the Bioservant. I am going to man on the wall to get my safe house down. So safe house is a 1-cost support, safe house number 30, 1-cost support, shield, and location traded, alter ego action, exhaust safe house number 30 to search for the encounter deck for a minion and put it into play, engage with you. Then shuffle the encounter deck. Then draw a card. Okay. Oh, no. That goes here. All right. We are now going to Cybernetic Arm, 1/1, and Shield Sidearm to Metal Punch. So deal 7 damage to an enemy, which will be the Ultimate Bioservant. And I will... oh, I now have a support in play. We will attack the Flame Soldier. So that is 8 damage, and it gains overkill because I use my arm. So that takes this guy out, which allows me to remove 2 threat from a scheme, which will be test subjects. Oh, when defeated, and discard a minion. Do I care about that? But it is reveal that minion. Oh, decisions, because extra encounter card or minion. You know, we'll just go get the minion, sure. Okay, let's see, who do we get? A Hydra Flame Soldier. First one. All right, and then 4 went through onto Zola. Okay, and I defeated an enemy, so I get to draw a card. That is my arm block. That is very nice. All right, ready myself up. We're definitely holding on to that arm block. Silent infiltration, spoiling for a fight, 1 by 1, and my armor. That's nice. What is so the armor is a 2-cost upgrade. You get +3 hit points and gain steady. That's nice. Silent infiltration is an upgrade. Preparation upgrade, 2-cost. Hero response after you attack and defeat an enemy. Discard this card to ready your hero and confuse an enemy. All right, well, that is my turn, so regardless. So we are getting 1 on the main. So we're at 4 out of 6, and we get another test counter on there. He comes to attack. I am going to take it. And I will use arm block on it. So it is an attack and a defense event. So because it's an attack event, I will take the retaliate. So hero interrupt. When an enemy attacks, deal 3 damage to it. All right, so taking him down to 7. And then I take 1 in return. If you use your cybernetic arm to pay for this event, prevent all damage from that enemy's attack. So I did. Actually, no. I take that back. Let's get you back up there. I am not. I'm going to have Nick Fury jump in that. Because I just realized if I do arm block on one of these guys, then I can use my shield sidearm to actually ping him before I go and kill it before I go in. So Nick Fury's going to jump in front. So I did not take a retaliate. So 2 star. Shuffle this back into the deck. So Nick Fury Sr. is defeated. Shuffle this in. Ultimate Bioservant will hit me for 1. And then the Hydra Flame Soldier, I will do the arm block 2. So I take no damage, and it's a defense card, so I did defend myself. And I take no damage, and so because it's defended, I don't have to discard my Safe House 30. Right, and now we get an encounter card, which is Hail Hydra. Each Hydra minion engaged with a hero makes an attack against that hero. Anybody who was not attacked, go get one. All right, well, unfortunately, I'm just going to take the Hydra Flame Soldier. I got to discard a support. Oh, well, I was trying to keep it, but... Okay, my turn now. All right, I am going to do a basic attack on the Ultimate Bioservant. I'm going to exhaust my Winter Rifle to give myself +2 attack and piercing and ranged. But before I do that, when the attached character makes a basic attack, exhaust it and remove 1 counter from it. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. Does not have to be the one I'm attacking. So I deal the 1 damage to the Flame Soldier, which defeats it, which allows me to take 2 threat off of the main. And then Winter Mask will draw me a card into another Silent Infiltration. And then I am dealing 4 damage to the Ultimate Bioservant, which allows me to take 2 threat off of the main again. All right, so we are going to do Man on the Wall and Spoiling for a Fight to get my Winter Armor down. So that gives me +3 hit points. And then I'm going to spend 1/1 and a Silent Infiltration to play Silent Infiltration. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess the question is, do I want to stay up right now? Or do I want to flip down? So he's going to get 1 on there. He's going to scheme for 2. So if he gets a 3 boost, that'll pop, but that's not that big a deal. Yeah, I think we're going to flip down. And then we'll ready ourselves up. That will deck me, but that's okay. All right, so we get a Bambino, aggressive stance, energy, Captain America, another aggressive stance, and a firepower. Villain phase, we get 1 on the main. We get a second test counter. Zola is going to scheme for 2+ star. Give the villain a tough status card. Well, given that I've got a rifle that gives me piercing, can't say I care that much about that. So that goes up to 3. And we get a single encounter card. It is defensive programming attached to the minion. There are no minions, so gain surge. Drawing near, so that does start me. And I realize I did deck, so I do get a second card. I got to reset my deck. Forgot about that. Second encounter card is Test Subjects Side Scheme again. That's okay. All right, so now player phase. That triggers, so I get 1 more on there. I do not have any player-specific cards, identity-specific cards in my hand. So I guess the question is, what can we do about that? So so I'll be able to attack for 2, 4, 5. If I get Bambino out, that is 8. Oh, I don't have... Oh, hang on a second. So if I do a firepower, though... Yeah, no, I think I've got it. All right. So let's get ourselves up. We are going to use Man on the Wall and Energy to pay for a Bambino. And I just realized Man on the Wall is a hero action. I may have screwed that up previously and did it in Alter Ego. So if I did that, I apologize. All right, so Bambino comes in. Bambino is a 3-cost tech and weapon upgrade. It says attached to a shield character. While attached to an identity, this card gains restricted, and it has 3 use counters on it. And it says interrupt. Interrupt. When attached character makes a basic attack, remove 1 ammo counter from here. The attack deals 3 additional damage and gains overkill. And now you normally only have 2 restricted slots. There are ways to increase that, but the shield sidearm is not a restricted, does not have the restricted trait. So Winter Rifle and Bambino are restricted, so those are my 2 restricted, but shield sidearm is not. Perfect. Now let us... we'll spend... an aggressive stance to pay for aggressive stance. Because why not? I'm going to use Cybernetic Arm to do the firepower 1-cost event. Exhaust up to 3 weapon cards. I'm only going to do 1, the shield sidearm. Deal 3 damage to an enemy, and it gains range. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. I gotta go first because I'm attacking with piercing and Bambino. So I get piercing takes off as tough. Ranged lets me ignore the retaliate. So 2, 4, and 7. Okay. And now cybernetic arm to pay for firepower, to reduce that, to do 4 damage. I defeated Zola, which allows me to take 2 threat off a side scheme. So let me just take care of that. And there you have it, folks. Winter Soldier just absolutely blew through Zola and all his minions. This is a very solid pre-con deck. It works really well with Winter Soldier's desire to get enemies and to deal with them. I didn't even use spoiling for a fight to go fetch one, which not only goes fetches a minion, but it readies your hero. I didn't really use any of my allies, so Deathlock, is an aggression ally, 3 cost, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points, and after he enters play, search your deck and discard for a shield sidearm and attach it to him. Black Widow we talked about, didn't get a chance to use her. Didn't use my electrical punch to stun anybody. Let's see here. The team up card for Black Widow and Winter Soldier. 2 costs, hero action attack, put a preparation upgrade from your discard pile into play, and then deal 4 damage to an enemy. Let's see here. Captain America we didn't get to put out. His aggression ally form is 4 cost, 2/2/3 with toughness, and after he enters play, ready a shield character. That's pretty great with Bucky. And what is... Let me go find his... Okay. His team-up card is 3 cost. It is beefy. So 3 cost. It is an attack event. Team-up event. Hero action attack. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. Then give Captain America and Winter Soldier each a tough status card. So in theory, you could attack with Winter Soldier. If you have your rifle out, that's 4. Then attack with... then bring out Captain America, which readies Bucky. Then you can attack with Captain America for another 2, so that's 6. Attack with Winter Soldier, that's 8. Then Super Soldier for 14, and they both get tough cards afterwards. That is really nice. So yeah, Bucky is good. As long as you've got a heavy minion deck. Like, he doesn't have a lot of... I don't think he has any thwart events. Just his inherent hero ability. So if you're not playing a deck with minions, then he's not going to be good. Or you're not playing a multiplayer or something like that, because he's got no way of dealing thwart if there are no minions in play, unless he's burning through the villain. So definitely a rush style if there's not a lot of minions, but if there is minions, he's amazing. That was a lot of fun. I like his kit. Like the armor, like the mask, love the rifle, cybernetic arm, a resource generator, extra damage. Bambino is spectacular with him. So the fact that he wants minions and things, aggression is gonna be his bread and butter. So I'm liking him after one game. First impression is he's really strong as long as there are minions. And as far as a precon goes, this is a really good precon. Some of the precons are some of them are absolute junk, but this one is a great precon. So that is looking good. I'm going to be really hard pressed not to bring a Winter Soldier deck with me to Gen Con in August. I'm going to go down there just for a day to do the Trickster Takeover scenario, and then because I don't think the scenario will be for sale yet by the time Gen Con happens, unless they've got early copies at Gen Con, fingers crossed. But if not, I'm going to be playing with, the plan is to play with Kennedy Hawk from MCM Podcast. Maybe Hone if he can make it. He was on the fence, but I was telling Kennedy Hawk he should use his influence as the podcaster and founder and creator of the Marvel conventions, the Con of Heroes, to talk to the FFG folks and see if they can bring a copy of the Enchantress scenario with them, so we can give it a try after the Loki scenario. So we'll see. But there you have it. This is Winter Soldier. A lot of fun. Super lot of fun. So I think tomorrow I will be getting Falcon out on the table, and we will give him a try. I believe he is a Justice deck, and see what all the hubbub about Falcon is. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You got any questions or want to see anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably be back tomorrow with a Falcon game. So take it easy, everybody. I will catch you later.